Hi guys, this is the advisor and welcome back to my channel. Now today I have an extremely sad story, but one that I feel women, especially women, need to be aware of, and men need to show this video to their daughters and any young lady out there who might get caught and probably die, or at the very least be taking advantage of intimately. A young lady died because she was put in a certain situation that she didn't need to be in. And I think that her death, we can learn some extremely valuable lessons from it. And therefore, I'm going to ask you to pay attention. Now, this is the sad case of Naa Adjomo Adjei. And as you can see, she's an extremely vivacious person. As you can see from these clips, she's beautiful, vivacious, she's sociable, and she has a very flamboyant and effervescent personality. I mean, she's so full of life. But not only that, she's very educated. I mean, she's no pretty dunce. She's a trained hairstylist, and she also runs a fashion company called Akoof Styles. And if you think it ends there, no. She's even more into tertiary education because she's also a pharmacy technician. But she's so much into, because of her personality, I mean, sitting in a lab is just not her thing. So even though she has that qualification, she more stick to something to do with where her flamboyancy and that side of her personality can actually be more out there. And she was making it big. She was a success in what she was doing. Her businesses were going strong, and so was her fame. And she had an Instagram page which had tens of thousands of followers. But guess what happened to her now? She didn't have a boyfriend. Or put it this way, she wasn't going steady with anyone at that stage of her life. But she eventually had a date. On this particular occasion, she had a date with a young man called Cedrick Marston. Now, Cedrick Marston is a 26-year-old marketing and communications expert. So I'm assuming that he met her because he's in the advertising marketing and because she is in the modeling. I'm not quite sure how they met, but they probably met through because of the connection between both what she did and he does. Anyway, it was arranged that for her to take him to take her on a date. They decided to go out on a date. Now, Cedrick Marston is the guy second from left in this photograph. That's him. And Cedrick Marston is second from right in this other photograph. In other words, he was more of just as a socialite and a person who is just up there and flamboyant just as she was. But this guy, Marston, he had other plans for her. He was just seeking a one-night stand from her, obviously, and he didn't want to take it into a relationship or anything. So when they went on this date, he took her to a restaurant called Nicola's, which is an Italian restaurant. It's one of those upmarket places where you would expect somebody like him and somebody like her to go and have dinner. It's a very elegant place. Anyway, while in the restaurant, somehow he spiked her drink. He spiked her drink with, which is later discovered to be what is called a date rape drug. Now, this particular one was later found out to be gamma hydroxybutyric acid and is really known by the letters GHB. But on the streets, it's more known as GBH or grievous bodily harm. Yeah, most people call it easily or gamma 10. But whatever it is, probably this guy didn't know what dosage to use and him overdosed the poor girl. I don't know how he managed to sneak it into her drink. Maybe she left, gone to the bathroom or gone to the powder room or something, and he laced her drink. So while they were eating, or just about when they finished eating, she started feeling some effect. She started sweating and she started feel dizzy and all of that. And he kept her at the table. She said she wasn't feeling well and she couldn't drive. She don't think she could drive to go home because she was feeling dizzy. They both had come to the restaurant in separate cars. So she asked him to drive her home. And she would leave her car there. But he took her in his car, and he drove around for a while because she was staggering. What we heard is that she was staggering in the restaurant. That he had to hold her up because she actually could not walk after he paid the bill. And when they left out the restaurant, she was really out of it. So, according to what one of the waitresses said, is that she asked to go to the nearest hospital. And this was like about going to 9 o'clock in the night. But instead of taking her straight to a hospital, he drove around. Obviously, he drove around with her. Maybe he was trying to see if he could maybe take her home to have his way with her or what, we don't know. But she never arrived at the hospital. According to a hospital record, he didn't drop her off at the Good Samaritan Hospital until close to 11 o'clock. So there was a time lapse of around 3 hours when she arrived at the hospital. And it obviously, probably when she arrived there, she was dead. She was able to give very little information to the hospital. He left her bag, he left her purse, and he didn't explain himself as to who he was with her. But that was how, because he left her ID and stuff, the hospital was able to contact her parents. And her father, of course, is a pastor. Now, the reason why I can know so much is because I'm related to this young lady. Not by blood, but by marriage. One of my nephews is married to one of her sisters. And there are so much these Ghanaians, because she's actually connected. She was born in the US, but she's of Ghanaian heritage. And these people from Ghana, the one country they love on this earth is Jamaica. And as you can see, she has visited Jamaica on at least 4 occasions, along with her family and on her own. And you can see her here sporting her Jamaican bath suit, brand Jamaica. Well, most Jamaicans are from the Ashanti tribe anyway, and she's from either the Ashanti or Akan tribe, which is in Ghana. So we can understand the connection or why the Ghanaians love Jamaicans so much. Anyway, it so happened that she died in the hospital, and it was found that she had a cardiac arrest. It was during the autopsy that they realized that she had been given gamma hydroxybutyric acid, because it was said that it was 4 times the lethal dose. 4 times. I'm assuming that this guy is the first he's using this drug, and nobody told him the quantity to use, so he just put it on her, costing her life. Sadly, the police have never even questioned this guy, because it is not known. For some reason, her own family is suppressing a lot of information about this, and the police doesn't even know about this guys, because they will not even say. Although I think they know, it's just an extended family member who told me that this is the person she was on that date with. So I'm hoping that now that I've said this, the police will get on the case and bring this guy in for questioning to see where it will go. And his phone records should be checked to see if it is pinged off a tower with her own on the day when this incident happened. And I said this to say, ladies, please, if you don't know a person very well, be very, very careful about what you take from them as drinks. Well, I don't think I have to tell Jamaicans that much, because Jamaicans on a whole, in our culture, we don't give anybody an open drink. We open their drinks in front of them. And that is something that we practice here. It's just a normal part of Jamaican culture. So if she was really taking anything from Jamaica, she would have taken that, and this would not have happened to her. So guys, I'm asking you please to share this video with the young females who are of dating age, so they can see what can happen. Because look at this lovely person, this lively, full of life individual who had so much to offer the world, but whose life was cut short because of some careless rapist who just wanted to have his way with her. And it also shows that being young, handsome, educated, and talented does not mean you can't be somebody who have extremely nefarious intentions. Guys, thank you for listening. Like, share, leave a comment below, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.